Diesel Brothers is an automotive reality TV series that follows a group of friends who repair and customize pickup trucks, which they call badass trucks. They work their magic at their restoration shop in Utah, which is also located where the show takes place. Diesel Brothers premiered in January 2016 and has run for 7 seasons on Discovery Channel. Over the years, the series garnered a considerable fan base, mostly attracting the attention of car and truck enthusiasts. One of the ever-existing questions regarding reality series is how much the cast makes per episode. To learn more, stay tuned. The show's main cast members are Dave Sparks and Dave Kiley, widely known respectively as Heavy D and Diesel Dave. However, contrary to the show's name and their physical resemblance, Heavy D and Diesel Dave are not actually brothers. Instead, the two launched the Fix-It shop for diesel trucks and later all types of cars, and later brought in 2 other men to help them out with their projects, Keaton Hoskins and Josh Stewart. Dave Sparks, Heavy D, is a mechanic and restoration expert who gained popularity starring in Diesel Brothers. He was born under the zodiac sign Capricorn on January 6, 1985, in Salt Lake City, Utah, USA. Heavy D developed an interest in cars from a young age, and during his high school days, he spent most of his time studying fabrication, welding, and mechanics, which equipped him for building custom pieces. After matriculating, he found employment rather quickly at a company owned by his friend and mentor, Rich Eggett, which rented out motorcycles and ATVs. After having displayed expertise and determination, he was promoted to the manager's position, although still aged just 21. Dave actually enrolled at Weber State University, but dropped out after the first semester, deciding that he wasn't learning anything useful and continued pursuing his career. Interestingly, he met Diesel Dave at a Mormon church event, and later invited him with a couple of his female friends to join him for a ride. The event was held for single men and women looking for their special someone. However, Heavy D stumbled on his future best friend instead of a girlfriend, later saying, "Kinda weird. I know, it's where you go to find your future wife or life partner. Definitely found my life partner. Wasn't expecting them to have a beard." Dave Kiley, Diesel Dave, is unsurprisingly a custom diesel vehicle builder, an entrepreneur, and a TV celebrity who rose to popularity by appearing in Diesel Brothers. He was born under the zodiac sign Gemini on the 17th of June 1975 in Utah. Similar to his best friend, Heavy D, Diesel Dave also displayed interest in vehicles from a young age and started disassembling and reassembling engines in his teens. He worked at various automotive shops and garages in Utah, learning from experienced mechanics and so upgrading his skill set. Besides his famous nickname Diesel Dave, he's also known as the Charm, but it remains unknown quite why he's got this nickname, although some sources suggest that it's a reference for having such good luck with his career and meeting the right people rather than charming the ladies. Diesel Dave and Heavy D launched Diesel Sellers, a site for selling their trucks, and Sparks Motor, the shop where they repair, transform, and upgrade vehicles. Josh Stewart, best known as Red Beard, is a mechanic and reality TV star and was one of the first to join Diesel Sellers. He was born in Roosevelt, Utah, and harbored a love for cars and other vehicles from a young age, apparently raised on diesel fumes. In Uinta Basin, where he was born, diesel trucks were among the most coveted, so he grew up watching these magnificent colossal machine beasts and dreamt of having one someday. In his bio, he says, "Everybody drove a diesel, and if you didn't, you wish you did. Diesel trucks are just part of the culture." Interestingly, he and Heavy D roamed in the same circle of friends, but never really developed a friendship. Instead, the two became better acquainted much later when Redbeard had already launched and sold more than a couple of businesses. After a mutual friend introduced them, Heavy D reached out to him as he'd already built his reputation as a wicked mechanic and skilled negotiator. Their love for diesel, mechanical background, and knack for business tied them together and allowed them to hit it off. Keaton Hoskins, known as the Muscle, is a car enthusiast, mechanic, and reality TV star who became famous after starring in Diesel Brothers. He was born under the zodiac sign Virgo on the 5th of September, year unknown, but apparently in the 1980s, in Caseville, Utah. The Muscle comes from a family of diesel fanatics, which explains how he ended up in the business. Having an interest in cars, he began pulling apart and rebuilding vehicles, later learning to become a skilled diesel technician. If you've watched the show, you know that one of the Muscle's specialties is finding rare car parts. Besides his diligent work in the shop, the Muscle has a long history in physical fitness and gym training, which you might have guessed from his muscular, bulky body shape. Reportedly, he's served as a personal trainer to over 2,000 clients and thoroughly enjoys the process of helping people achieve their fitness goals and grow confidence. The Muscle met Heavy D through a friend and later joined him, Redbeard and Diesel Dave, on this crazy journey into the diesel world. While it remains a mystery how much Discovery pays the bearded men per episode, some sources indicate that it's likely between $15,000 and $20,000 per episode. Since they started the show in 2016, the shop in the series has seen exponential growth in popularity and so wealth. Their upward trajectory is reflected in their net worth, and fans are eager to know how much exactly. As co-founders of 3 companies, Heavy D and Diesel Dave have wealth in the range of $2 million each. Aside from companies they've launched using dieselsellers.com, fans can easily visit 4 other websites: Sellers, Diesel Power Gear, 4x4 Anything, and Legion Truck Armor, which are for customized orders and demands. In addition to the websites, Heavy D runs a self-titled YouTube channel, which has nearly 2 million subscribers and has attracted over 175 million views. He's not only popular on that platform, but also has over 3 million followers on Instagram, which is a good sign that brands reach out to him for promotion and brand affiliation deals. Diesel Dave has also established himself on Instagram, on which he has over 1.6 million followers. Redbeard, credited as the co-founder of the website Diesel Power Gear, has a net worth of close to $1 million and is also popular on Instagram, with nearly 500,000 followers, like his 2 friends and coworkers. In addition to the revenues from the show and the shop, he earns through the official site's merchandise and possibly through sponsorships. Last but not the least, the Muscle has a net worth estimated at over $700,000. Besides his numerous aforementioned endeavors, he's stepped into entrepreneurial waters and founded the supplement company entitled One Mission Nutrition, which was built to support the heroes that serve the U.S. It has over 600 athletes in its program who promote the brand through social media. Additionally, they have regular transformation challenges that reward participants for losing weight as a stimulant. According to his Instagram account, which has over 1 million followers, he also owns the FitCon Expo and ManaHTC.com, or Mana Health, a full-service hormone replacement clinic. Giveaways are a very popular practice on YouTube and are part of many TV programs. However, there are many fake giveaway events in which social media stars or promoters tend to organize a giveaway, but never actually go through with it, only intending to gain new subscribers or viewers. Diesel Brothers also have these giveaways, in which they reward one of the viewers with several $1,000s worth of diesel trucks, and apparently, it's not fake. They started the practice in 2014 to boost their viewer numbers and for promotional purposes. The crew assembled a completely rebuilt 2012 Dodge Ram 2500 with a twin-turbo Cummins engine, which garnered so much attention that companies began reaching out to them, offering sponsorship for the parts. Since then, they've given out over 20 vehicles and expanded the contest to ATV motorcycles and custom Jeep Grand Cherokees. Fans can enter the giveaway for every $5 spent on their Diesel Power Gear site. So how did the show actually come to life? Both Heavy D and Diesel Dave have been active on social media since 2012 and are known for posting various pranks, short skits, and poorly assembled trucks purely for entertainment purposes. The charismatic duo began this trend to gain attention and so rise in popularity, and over time, they hit the jackpot. After one of their videos went viral, Jay Leno, who is also an automotive fan and car enthusiast, invited the two to guest star on The Jay Leno Show in the episode Prank You Very Much. Given the show's reach and colossal viewership, some Discovery producers spotted the two and later approached them with the idea for a reality series. With their goofy personalities, laid-back working environment, and diversified knowledge, the show was a hit and a success for all parties. Further, in 2017, Heavy D and Diesel Dave published the book entitled The Diesel Brothers, A Trekkin' Awesome Guide to Trucks and Life, which provides a behind-the-scenes look at the epic and inspirational stories behind the diesel sellers' business, as well as their personal lives. The book details how the two met, how they met their wives, and their struggle as they started their businesses, and various tips and advice that are folded throughout. In their interview for Build Stories, Diesel Dave talked about the idea and inspiration for the book, saying, "The reason we wrote a book stems from our social media. We had a lot of fans asking questions about our builds and what they can do to build trucks like ours, and also just for tips on life in general. We were getting a lot of questions daily, so we decided to respond in book form." Heavy D also explained that they wanted to connect with their fans personally, as they had people from various age groups asking about automotive items, from life to business advice. Even though the show has proved to be one of the most popular and fastest growing TV series, the crew often gets criticized for the ways they attain their car parts and their work performance. They use various sources to acquire the parts, such as junkyards, so it's hard to establish whether there has been a breach of law. So far, the crew has never been accused of illegally sourcing parts, which makes those claims a bit far-fetched and certainly unsubstantiated. A couple of years ago, the guys posted a video looking to hire a painter, which caused a commotion among fans. Why? Well, the crew spoke in Spanish to produce the advert, and their social media was then flooded with racist and xenophobic comments. Their video went viral and so attracted even more attention. Heavy D had to produce a video addressing the claims and clearing the air, saying that he used Spanish because his current painter was Mexican. He was one of the best to hire. So after employing various people, he opted to find another Mexican painter, as they were also very creative, which some fans saw as racist. Dave disclosed, "After years of working, I've tried different races, and guess what? I'm not against white people or other races, but Mexicans do a better job for me. I just had better experiences with Mexican or South American and Latino painters." Another issue with his job proposal of wanting to hire a Mexican was that many live in the U.S. without papers. Many accused Heavy D and the crew of wanting to acquire labor illegally. However, Heavy D said that he and his team were very respectful of the immigration laws and that their current Mexican painter named Martin had been in the U.S. for 20 years and had all the necessary documentation. In 2016, the Utah Physicians for Healthy Environment filed a lawsuit against the Diesel brothers for violating the Clean Air Act. The advocacy group accused Heavy D and Diesel Dave of illegally removing pollution control equipment from their diesel trucks and modifying vehicles to produce black smoke from the exhaust system. This black smoke is said to be one of the most toxic polluters, and tests done on the emission proved that the trucks produce 36 times the pollutants and 21 times the particulate matter compared to a regular truck. Following a hearing testimony from an emissions inspector in June 2018, the judge issued an injunction prohibiting any other modifications. Heavy D released a statement saying that he modified their trucks only for off-road purposes, believing it was legal. However, in March 2020, a federal judge determined that the company and site Diesel Sellers had violated the federal law numerous times, including the issued injunction, and fined the firm $850,000, which was a massive blow to the company and the production team. What made this case even more challenging was that the judge stipulated that there was no way to get out of paying the fine, even if they would have filed for bankruptcy. Without a doubt, this whole situation cast a dark cloud over their company and their show, but still did little to diminish the popularity of the reality TV series. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos, which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.